Okay, so I think in some respects I may have been wrong in some of my assumptions. So I've recently, over the last little bit, I've had some opportunity to try out CoMaps or CoMaps. If I go over here, it's that little goofy icon right there. If I can tap it. So this one, it uses the OSM data as well. And I kind of fell for it after having to navigate to somewhere in Ohio and finding a walking path. I was kind of going between OSM and Plus and CoMaps over like the time I was in Ohio. And basically what ended up happening is I found that it seems to have the street numbers a little bit better than what I was getting with organic maps. So I could be wrong. So if I go over to organic maps and I find where I'm at here. So if I zoom in, start zooming in. So we do get basically the same deal with organic maps, but I think we're seeing less of the numbers, it looks like, too. So it seems like CoMaps has more of the numbers to it versus organic maps. And that's kind of what I went with. There's still some things where it's kind of lacking. So if I go, let's compare actually, and go to Ogden over here. And just find a random suburb area. So yeah, we can see numbers here in organic maps. And these two are basically going to be the same. They've pretty much got like all the numbers and whatnot in it because OSM data. But in my particular area, the reason why I haven't really used these all too much is just due to the fact that due to where I live, there isn't as much map data, so it's why I'm picking on Ogden here. But I thought CoMaps was pretty, or OSM Android was pretty dog water per se, but come to find out that's not quite the case, and organic maps might be more up to date. I might need to update my map data in here a little bit. I don't know. But yeah. So you can see that it's kind of hit and miss with some of the numberings depending on the data that you're getting. And it was a big part of it was just the fact that, I couldn't quite navigate as well with organic maps where I was at. So I guess I kind of cast that across the board. But it's just due to the fact that there's less map data where I'm at. And you can see OSM Android and Plus even has less than that with where I'm at currently. If I zoom into here, maybe. Yeah, still nothing here. So let's go. Nope, still nothing there. So let's go over to here. What do we get here? So we can see house numbers here. You can see that they're properly outlined. Kind of the big difference between OSM and Plus and like CoMaps is just the fact that they render it differently for the most part. CoMaps, I believe, has like hiking trails and stuff like organic maps does. So if I zoom in here and can keep it centered mostly, we can see that we've got a couple different locations and all that. If I go and let's zoom in here, we can see that no numbers pop up still. So again, your data is going to be hit and miss. I would assume it would be the exact same data, but I could be wrong. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go with now. So I was kind of using these going cross country. So if I zoom all the way out, we can see that they render like what states you have data for differently. So if I zoom in just right, you can see that I've got like Ohio all the way to Missouri in green. That means I've downloaded the data for those states. And if I go back to CoMaps right here, and I zoom out a little bit, I should find, it's like the one that is just, I've got to find the right level of, unless I deleted that data off my phone. So a certain level to where it shows you what's going on. But anyway, so I can go back into here. But yeah, I still keep organic maps around because it purports to be good for hiking trails, and I've found that it does pretty well at hiking trails in certain landmarks. Not totally the case with individual addresses. So let's go up to the search here, and let's actually go Eccles, see if it can show me Dolores Eccles Plaza. So we can go and search for that. And what's really cool is, in general, the processing of the routing is going to be local. So you're not relying on internet for it. So if I hit navigation here, my position, it's routing it there at the bottom. So it gives you a progress bar.
3 miles, time is 1 hour, 18 minutes.
You do have to download, so I think osmand Plus is an exception on asking you to download a voice engine. CoMaps does require you to install the voice engine in order to get like a text-to-speech engine, basically. So if I go and do the Eccles search again, Eccles Conference Center in Logan, let's go with that one. And you can see that it's pinpointed it slightly differently than otherwise. So if I go route 2, it's going to take a second. Some Android had like the whole route like thing in the bottom here. And then this one just kind of shows you the overall route versus the other probably would, but like I didn't give it time to. So let's see. And now I get people walking by me on a quiet walk. And if we go for the same search here, we can go for the George S. Eccles Dinosaur Park. We can see that we zoom in on that, and we're going to route to. So we get a full route to it. And there are a couple times where I have like found a location on Google Maps and pinned it. So like this is one example right here. And when you have a pin like this, you can actually just route straight to it as well. So if I were to route to this place here, route 2, it would basically route to this specific location. Whereas if I'm looking for like a general street or trying a specific address that a location doesn't exactly have data on, then I basically run into the situation where it searches for a general street and gives you a segment of street or like a whole, like, which can span multiple blocks, which is kind of annoying. The nice thing about a lot of Utah roads is that they are grid-based, and so you've got like your 100 west, 200 west, 300 west, and you know that like your 169 west is going to be in between 100 west and 200 west on whatever street is named there, say like 200 north. So it's going to lie in there. But when you don't quite have that, it can be a little bit more annoying. And you can see we've even got landmark markers. So I could go and route to the Kents there, and it'll give me a route from where I'm at currently. And that is, I believe, the fastest route. But you've also got like all these different options Let's see. Yeah, that's organic maps. So if I go back to CoMaps here, let's zoom into here. And I don't think, yeah, we do still get the house numbers here. So we can go to 420 South Main, just to pick on a random one, and it will give us a route. And if we hit start, I did not properly set up my voice engine for CoMaps, but you can see that it has everything there. You've got the speedometer right there. It will give you a speed limit if it has data on the street for the speed limit. And then you've also got your estimated time and everything else down at the bottom there. We can do that or that. We could favorite, bookmark different things and all that. But yeah, you've got basically the same thing you've got with organic maps, but I didn't realize CoMaps was as functional as I didn't give it credit for. So you can take your pick of either of those private options. Again, these three, I'd probably go with CoMaps or organic maps, honestly. But these three are going to be some of your, like, the organic maps and CoMaps are your nicer looking options. Osmand does have its options and its pluses, but I think for the most part, it is going to... Let's see if we can find the CoMaps here. Yeah, hike, bike, drive, and whatnot. So yeah, everything offline, be it organic maps, CoMaps, what have you, it's all right there. I just haven't given it proper credit. And Magic Earth still works really well. It's just, and I'm pretty sure Magic Earth locally routes things for you because it takes a little bit longer than Google does to route, but it is still nice to have other options where you know and can control what data is downloaded to your phone. So there's that. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.